What's up, everybody? It's your favorite favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Revoltech or Revoltech or whatever people call it, Ironman Mark 6 from Ironman 2. This is on loan to me from Philip. He's our intern at Nerd Rage Radio, and I appreciate him. He also gave me something else to look at. It's probably out by now, so I've probably shout him out for that. But I hate this, but I'll explain to you why. There's things I like about it too. So it does come with a number of accessories, including a slew of hands, and they're all kind of detailed the same. So we'll talk about the detailing real quick, and then we'll fly through them. So whether or not they all have this hinge here is the only thing that really separates the detailing. But there is like a hinge, and this is like a softer plastic to allow you to articulate the hands a bit more. They have this hinged ball joint here as well. There's like the red metallic finish on them, and then the little white bit in there for where the blasts come from. So you have two I'm gonna shoot your hands, and then there's, I don't know why I have an extra one of these, but then there's an additional hand like the two he has on, where you can plug in those blast effects, and then there's another one of that. I'm not entirely sure why. And then there's two like flying hands. Why is it not focusing today? Two flying hands, both with the hinges, and then two fist hands, both with the hinges. And then the ones that he has on them now, I guess I can show you with the one extra one for no reason. This one has that one flap in a permanent upward spot, so you don't even have to worry about it, which is cool. I dig that, because you're either going to use it for him doing this, right, or to be flying. And then it comes with a little box for you to put them in, and I actually really appreciate that. I think that's a really nice touch. It's a nice way to store all the hands, and it doesn't look unsightly, and it doesn't get all jumbled around in the box. So I really like that. So he comes with a few more accessories. We'll back out now, taste. These two parts that plug into these two hands, and then this bit here, which plugs into the bottom of his feet. And this has a ball hinge here, and then it swivels at the top and at the bottom, so that's cool. It's a white translucent, as far as like an orangish translucent, and then it's painted white and then a darker orange throughout. It looks really cool. I dig that, and I like the options that it gives you. Only problem is that you can't remove one of these. It would be nice if like you could like shove that down or something, or fold it down so that he could like, you know, have one leg pinned in and then the other one kind of up, like he's taken off one foot, but not a big deal, right? And then we have the actual figure. Revoltech figures all have these like connection points, so for better or for worse. I think for worse, because this guy has an amazingly hard time standing. I've got him to stand like straight up and down, but if I try to put him in any pose at all, he just flops about. Let me see if I can. So, because this is like a gummy knee. It's just it's not good. It's just not a good design. It's worthless. It's worthless. So that's a big issue for this guy. Now, and Philip warned me about that before he let me look at it. He was like, "Look, he doesn't stand." So let's talk about the figure. So the head feels like it's a ratcheted hinge here for forward and back. Sorry about that. For forward and back. So that's good. And then it's a ball peg at the neck to head. It might be a double ball peg. I can't tell. But the range of motion on the head is good. And then for the paint, it's the metallic gold, the metallic red, and then the eyes are painted blue with a black outline, and that looks good. The mouth has the black line as well. That looks good. The red metallic looks good throughout. And then so does the gold metallic. And then there's little fine line gold paint. That's all done well. It's just weird. Okay, so some sort of ratcheted hinge front and back, and then it's just a peg and a swivel. So you get the swivel and you get the ab crunch. So that works okay. I don't hate that. And then there's this piece underneath which just kind of hides all the joints and stuff. But there's no joint down there. So all the waist joint is in the diaphragm joint, which is okay. Not preferred, I don't think, but okay. I would have much rather had another joint down in here to get a more intense articulation. But whatever. Not terrible. Does clean up well from the back too, which is why we're there. Shoulders, you got this. I don't like this. So this plugs into this peg here, this disc hinge there. And I don't think that's the best way to do shoulders. I think that the shoulder armor should be on the shoulder itself, like Figwarts does it. Ratcheted ball hinge here at the shoulder. Great range all the way up, down, and around. So great range. Bicep swivel. That everything pulls off. I don't like that either. Disc hinge, elbow, getting you a great range. More than 90 degrees. It's awesome. And then the hands, let me get a better hand real quick. And you know what? Let's not say better. Let's just say different. So here's the other hand. Then you have the disc hinge here. So you get it down, you can swivel it, get in, out, and you should be able to, yeah, because it does swivel on there. Up, down, in, out. So yeah, that's fine. Silver paint on the bicep looks good. Alright, so we have a hinge. It's like a universal joint. So we have a hinge out and in, non-ratcheted, and it's not sturdy enough. And then a hinge front and back, and then this extra piece here is on its own piece of plastic which rotates as you rotate the leg. That's actually pretty cool. I dig that a lot. I dig that design-wise a lot. Thigh swivel built into the bottom here, which probably pulls out, but I'm not going to force it. Double jointed knee, ratcheted. This bit covers up the ugly bit, so I dig that. But the knee itself is gummy. We've already talked about it. It creates a problem for stability. Paint looks good. Ball hinge disc at the bottom of the ankle, so you get an ankle tilt, down, not really, maybe one little click forward, and then the rocker is built into the peg, so that works all right. And it would work better if he actually could use it in order to stand, but he can't. And that would be like, oh look, I have a pencil on. I'm gonna write with my pencil on. Oh, why isn't it working? Why isn't the pencil working?
Daddy, if you just sharpen the pencil, you can write.
Well, that doesn't work for the joke, does it? Good night.
Okay.
There he is next to the Figwarts one, and I'm sorry, I don't even feel like the Revoltech one is competing. I don't see it. It just seems like less to me. And the other problem is, what is he going to scale with? You know, like, they're not making enough figures for you to have a line. It's just like a one-off. I don't know. I don't get it. So really, I just wanted to look at one of these because many people have asked me to take a look at the Revoltech figures so they can get an idea of which kind of the Japanese lines they want to go with. And I can tell you, I don't recommend this one bit. It's okay. There's paint, there's articulation, there's all that stuff, but it's just not functional, it's awkward, and the truth of the matter is, there's better options. Now the paint, stellar. Articulation, good to go. Materials, they feel good. There's some odd choices, like the gummy bits should have definitely not been used for the knees, and etc., etc. There's some odd choices in there, but overall, it's okay. It's kind of a weird size, doesn't really go with much. I don't know why anyone would choose this when there's an SH Figwarts option, and probably a Mafex before you know it, because they're getting the license to everything. It's just, it's in a similar price point as other lines, but it can't compete. I don't know. The interchangeability, I think, is something that a lot of people treasure and cherish with the Revoltech line. All I can say is that conceptually, it's not for me. I don't need the legs to be removable if I don't have other pieces to interchange with the legs. And I don't want to buy a whole bunch of upgrade kits or whatever to swap out legs and all that stuff to constantly be evolving this one figure. I'd rather just buy a new figure. Before I know it, I spent twice as much for a new figure as I have in 4 upgrade kits for one. It's just, that's not a logical reasoning for purchasing, in my opinion. So, Good sculpt work, good mold work, good paint, good articulation, can't stand weird choices, gummy bits, better options. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.